everybody's ready. Let me call the meeting to order. Let it be noted, the Diamond Head Water and Sewer District meeting of May the 8th has officially begun at 3 o'clock. If all would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, I'd appreciate it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The other one. Roll call, Madam Tony.
Chairman Brian Griffith,
Here.
Vice Chairman Louis Ertel,
Here.
Treasurer Mark Bisecker,
Here.
Commissioner Arlen Griffey,
Here.
and Commissioner Eric Nolan is absent.
Let it be shown that we have a quorum absent Commissioner Nolan. All right, so all the commissioners got the advanced copy of the agenda. Can I have a motion to approve or amend?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey
Second.
and Commissioner Bisecker seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and it carries. Any public comment requests, Ms. Tony? Okay. Moves us to the section on minutes. We have two to actually approve this afternoon. 4.1 is motion to approve the minutes for the regular held meeting of April 10th, 2025 as submitted to all of us. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner
Second.
Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval of this action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I'm going to assume that I just missed it. That motion carries. 4.2, motion to approve the minutes for the workshop held on April 23rd, 2025. Also submitted in the package. Can I get approval?
So moved.
Commissioner Tell motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of rules action signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you, Commissioner Bisecker. And that motion carries. Please file the minutes accordingly. Moves us to the Executive Director's report.
Thank you, sir. We'll start with the altitude valve project. We're waiting for the contractors currently to finish the touch-up of the paint and rotate the flushing hydrant to face east away from the site, and that should wrap up that project. The water main replacement project phase 4 is in design phase. Final drawings are expected within a couple of weeks. The lift station 26 project was completed and closed out. The lift station 3 force main project is in design phase. Final drawings have been delayed due to some redesign issues related to pump sizing and is expected within the next couple of weeks. Advertising process for this bid will begin immediately upon approval of the final drawings, which we have a couple of motions on the agenda tonight. Basin number 3, sewer improvement project design phase is in effect. Drawing review has been delayed and is expected to be completed within the next 3 to 4 weeks. We had no abandonment easement request this meeting. Water Tower 1 repaint issue. The design for the repaint project is complete, and some paint specifications we need to go over in the next couple of days to finalize that, and then we can move to bid process for that project. Legal counsel is dealing with the legal issues of the previous contractor. Fluoride discontinuation, we're waiting to announce a meeting from the Mississippi Department of Health officials. Hopefully that'll be scheduled either June or July.
I have a question, Director.
Sure.
Is that like the last step, or where are we in the process?
That's just the second step.
Okay, of 5 steps?
I believe it's about 5
Okay, thank you.
different steps in the process. Some highlights from the maintenance department have been 3 sewer service backups that were addressed: 1 sewer repair, 9 water service line repairs, 4 after-hours response, 2 being water, 2 sewer. 10 sewer cleanouts were installed, 0 castings were installed, 2 hydrants were painted, 2 hydrants were replaced, 9 new water and sewer connections were installed, and about 16 segments of sewer main line were inspected. Some other items around town: the Preserve Phase 2 subdivision, structures of Diamond Head, is still moving forward with that project. We, of course, approved it back in November. They were working out some drainage issues with the city, I believe. Diamond Head Lakes Phase 2, Meritage Homes or Elliott Homes, they're still under some review situations there, and hopefully they'll get those changes made soon.
I have another question.
Sure.
Executive Director, I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to be mouthy today. Meritage Homes was formerly Elliott Homes. Are we having?
They merged.
Yeah, but is it a better result? overall?
It's the same people.
Okay,
The
thank you.
same operation basically that we've experienced.
They're more liquid.
They're more liquid, is that what you said?
They're more liquid.
Okay.
That's the only reason we did that,
So at least they have funded,
for the moment.
filter more.
Maybe.
So Mauna Kea Townhomes in the High Point area is under construction on one of those buildings at this time. They have 2 or 3 other buildings to construct at some point. AutoZone, as you probably have seen, they are moving in, as we've been saying for, 6 months now. Some City of Diamond Head drainage projects that are going on, the commercial area of Park 10 Drive, which is by our office. They have finished up that project and hitting some punch list items now. Comey Drive is still under construction. They were replacing, they had planned it with plastic pipe and were changing it out to concrete pipe. Coon Branch project was awarded, and a pre-con meeting is scheduled for next Monday on the 12th. So we'll meet with those contractors and city officials and discuss that project and how it affects our infrastructure. Craven project has been awarded last Tuesday night, and the pre-con meeting is to be scheduled for that. On the MDOT projects, as you see, the 2 roundabouts are functioning, one at the Waffle House and one at Gex Drive. The eastbound ramp is closed. You all probably know that by now. And the next meeting is scheduled for June 12th.
Any questions for the Executive Director, Commissioner Hartel?
No, sir.
None here.
Commissioner
No,
Griffey,
sir.
Commissioner Bisecker.
No, none.
Just have just kind of a general discussion item based on contractor performance.
Touchy subject.
You probably shouldn't choose the chairman's project right outside of his house to watch now the 9th flagging,
Touchy subject.
9th flagging of the utilities, 9th, for setting up for the engagement of that project.
They want to get it right.
So here's my general question, really to legal counsel and to you, Dave. The contractor involved, everybody knows, has found a sweet spot with us, assuming has really dialed in pricing and everything, maybe also coming from a limited suite of capabilities in that area, but nonetheless has been awarded numerous projects. Fear that I have is you can win at price and stink at technical performance. I see my co-federal administrator down on the end recognizing that we often just scratch those off, recognizing that we had a underperformer regardless of their pricing. I don't imagine such liberties necessarily are given over to state and local. What I mean by that is, based on our experience, this contractor lags greatly. Lagging costs money. It actually has a performance impact. And I just gotta tell you, it's embarrassing. I watched this flagging company 9 times come and flag for this project, knowing full good and well that's probably not the last time before the project is actually undertaken. So I just would like to explore what remedies we have when we actually know a contractor so well that might win, at least nominally on some of these bids as to whether we can pass the low bidder by.
That's easy.
Okay?
Actually, we've done it here previously.
Mhm.
Mississippi law is the lowest and best bid.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So even though a contractor may have the low bid, that doesn't necessarily mean, in your opinion as a board, that it is the best contractor for that project and for the district. And so what you do is you simply make findings, either based on past performance, the lag time certainly factors in, the quality of the work factors in, and you lay out the criteria that outweighs the price, and you can reject that bid, and you move on to the second lowest bidder and make a determination then if that is the lowest in this bid.
That's what I was hoping to hear, because that's my
But if I may,
experience.
that's
Yes.
more specifically to this case, this phase of that project, the project was completed. This is a warranty item, so we're in the warranty period. Technically, they're within their parameters. But repetitively calling in locate ticket requests for Mississippi 811, actually, I believe they have a law addressing that issue. We've addressed it up to the point of even threatening or discussing pulling the bond and having another contract to finish that warranty item. But again, we'll have to talk more in depth about how that warranty period plays out for that item that you're talking about.
I appreciate the anomaly in terms of the project scope. However, I think all of it paints a picture for the professionalism or absence thereof of the firm. I asked the 811 locator group the other day, this was on flagging number 8. I said, I hope you are hammering this contractor with additional costs. And then while I say that, I want to make sure that we are not seeing those additional costs passed on in the execution of the warranty action on the part of the contractor. It is insufferable. It'd have been better to just stay quiet for 9 months and then pull the 811 and actually do the job. But to sit there in my front yard and do this every 7 to 10 days is incredible. I've just never seen anything like it.
Those actions certainly relate to, you know, opinions going forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're still gonna be like in the warranty period, and as long as they correct it within the warranty period and do it, you know, to our pass it, we really don't have to say so. It just, you gotta remember.
I recognize that, but it paints a performance picture on this firm.
Sorry.
Just want to make sure that we can use that appropriately as we should for the district constituents.
Yes, and we have one already that will never do any work for the district
That
because
is
of the
never-
poor quality of the work and the reputation throughout, you know, the 3 coastal counties for the quality and the timeliness and everything, so, yeah.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Yeah, but you have to document that, right? You have to have some documentation so that it says.
It's
you
well
know,
documented.
This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened.
And you have to make those findings, and if you ever want to reject a low bidder,
Mhm.
your findings as to why you were rejecting it must be recorded on the minutes, just so y'all know that, so
Yeah.
you would sit up there and make the case of why it's not the lowest and best.
No problem.
I didn't think it would be.
No problem. Like, oh
The
my God.
one we have right now is no problem.
No
We're doing
problem.
everything we can to get them out there and finish
What is
that.
it, what are they trying to repair?
There's a connection point down at the circle below Mr. Griffith's house that needs, the old water main needs to be shut down and reconnect, or the new one reconnected and bypass. It's about a day job.
Wow.
By the way, I just get to see it every time. It's like 400 feet of flags
Yeah.
and paintings over
And it's not even
and
necessary.
over
It's 2
again.
spots. One is in front of your yard at
Right.
the corner on the irrigation line,
Yeah.
and the other is at the circle
Just
at the same time.
beyond incredible.
It's not a big job, but we can't get them to man the job. Done everything we can do. Engineers, everybody is
Well, you're just,
DNA.
you're piling on to my point. I just want to make sure we
Exactly.
bump this
Well,
up.
and these contractors right now are in feast mode as opposed to famine
Mhm.
because of all the ARPA money. And every entity down here has a, with the exception of us, has a bunch of money that they're spending on these ARPA projects. And so these contractors are in feast mode right now and say, you know, they're like, whatever, we're moving on. Because those ARPA contracts have to be completed by
Well, we'll just see if this snack can come off the plate. That's all I can say. All right, well, that was a little bit sidebar, but still referential to the conversation. Thank you. All right, moves us into the contracts, construction and engineering projects. 6.1 and 6.2 this evening, we have no advance action. 6.3, Tower 1 repaint project. 6.3A specifically seeking a motion to authorize Executive Director upon final drawings approval to proceed with the bid process for Tower Number 1 repaint project. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Attell, can I take your motion, and Mr. Griffey, can I get to the second? So I have a motion by Commissioner Attell and second by Griffey. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Bisecker?
I said aye.
I'm sorry, for whatever reason, I didn't pick it up. 6.4, sewer improvements, Phase 3 project, Gomesa specifically. 6.4A, motion to approve Seymour Engineering invoice 9404, the amount of $27,958 for the period of March 1st, 2025 through April 26th, 2025, leaving a remaining balance of $209,272 on this contract. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Attell motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. And that motion carries. 6.5, lift station number 3 force main project. 6.5A specifically seeking a motion to approve Seymour Engineering invoice 9405 in the amount of $20,995 for the period of March 30, 2025 through April 26, 2025, leaving a remaining balance of $70,265 on this contract. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Attell seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
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 And that carries. 6.5B, motion to authorize Executive Director upon final drawings approval to proceed with the bid process for lift station number 3 force main project. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Attell motions.
Second.
Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
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 And that carries. No 6.6 tonight. Takes us to financials, specifically 7.1A, seeking a motion to approve the payment of docket of claims in the amount of $399,009.20. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Attell motion. Can I
Second.
second? Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, and that carries. 7.1B, motion to acknowledge the payment of the unapproved docket of claims as detailed in section 6 in the total amount of $48,953. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Attell seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
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 And I heard Commissioner Bisecker. Aye.
Yeah, he said aye. He
Yep.
said aye.
All,
Yep.
motion carries. Thank you. 7.1C, motion to approve the payment of the customer deposit refund register in a total amount of $3,639.25. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Attell motion.
Second.
Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, and that motion carries. Treasurer's report.
Thank you. Our available bank balance as of April 30th, 2025 was $7,256,707.52. Of this available balance, $3,924,998 is budgeted in the 5-year CIP plan. $2,622,671 is for operating and maintenance, and the remaining $709,038 is the emergency reserve. The bond principal debt balance is $17,615,000. Our bad debt transfers for April were 0, and year-to-date is $114.23.
Just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Revenues are at 56%, which is below the projected budget, and expenses are at 47%, which is also below budget for the year. The April bill cycle indicates a 12% increase in operating revenue from last month and a 9% increase in operating revenues from the same time last year. Our operating ratio goal is 1.10, and we're at 2.20. Our debt ratio goal is 1.25, and we're at 3.33. And our CIP project spending is at 13% for the year. Thank you.
Any questions for the comptroller?
No, sir.
Commissioner Griffey?
No.
Commissioner Bisecker? Commissioner
No.
Bisecker? Okay. Thank you, Tony. It's squeezing ever closer as we pay off that bond. Yeah. We'll all be at it a while. Old business section, 8.1. Specifically this evening, consider the request made by Mr. Priest on April 10th, 2025 for damages to his home located at 85-563 Diamond Head Drive West. Mr. Priest, not that this would matter, but the odd meeting minutes that we approved were actually our special, because I promised you we would not linger on the request, was our special workshop to address all the findings surrounding the incident at your home. Make the attorney nervous. I've made all attorneys nervous in every job I've ever had. I'll try to keep it between the lines. I'm going to give you a little bit of a profile, because I have to be honest with you, sir. And I think I speak for the 5 commissioners, even though we're missing one this evening, and maybe actually a little more representatively familiar as he serves in capacity in Biloxi on matters like this. Every one of the commissioners feels terrible about the backup at your home. That goes without saying. It was a long meeting. That being said, the emphasis and the focus on us was to detail out what we did, what we found, where were we responsible for your backup. And the findings are and have been that we are not, and there's a few reasons for that. And I'll just detail a few. One is that the reality of it is the material even found in there, which you know what it is because I think you were around when it was actually being extricated from the pipe. Significant piece of, and other pieces that our machine shatters, we don't know how big that one was, but significant piece of asphalt. We have no asphalt in our operations whatsoever. We don't ever set asphalt. And not that that would be the only finding, but it's significant. That is, in essence, what, and I'm just adding to this. We've got to see pictures of it. We've got the lead managers were on the site. It had been in the pipe and tumbling. It looks like a rolled tumble. If you were a kid, you ever got that kit, tumbled rocks till they were smooth. It was starting to tumble. The significant piece that was left rounded, and asphalt doesn't get rounded like that. And the point being was, we don't even know where it came from, but we know it isn't ours. And it's not the first incident that we've had, and when you don't know where it came from, it's nothing better than speculation as to how far removed or wherein it came. But one thing's for sure, it came through some opening. More than likely, but not exclusively, a manhole, a cover that somebody picked up and threw it in, had a paving project, and for whatever reason didn't see the slag and what have you and dropped it in. All those reasons, whatever they are, is not our material, period. And that being what it may, and then we had to look at the response time, and our response time was minutes to your call. Thank you for the call. Hate that the call came because you're seeing the downfield action, but and even on a Saturday, the response time was incredible. And there we were, and we mobilized our best people and our best equipment. And then it is a pipe in the ground, and you got to figure out what the heck is going on down there, and we did. That being said, I have to be honest with you, and again, I'll make the attorney nervous, is you've lived on the Gulf Coast, if you live on anywhere on the Gulf Coast, you know what it's like to have Servpro or anybody else have to come in your house for remedies like that. And we are all likened to know what that would be like. And so we're wrangling to figure out what remuneration latitude we have when we can clearly find that we're not at fault. And the answer is, believe it or not, in state statute, we have none. None. And I'm just going to use a sidebar. If we had decided to ignore that and force it anyway, the 5 commissioners would be personally liable for the expense. And this has gone before the courts in Mississippi a number of times. In fact, it's gone before the courts from a case here, all the way to the Supreme Court. And we are not allowed to pay the expense. Again, coming from the standpoint of it's not our material, we weren't negligent. We have a lot of miles of pipe in the ground, and a lot of it's not in great shape. Hence our bond that you heard us buying down a few moments ago. And we need a lot more bonds in the coming years to get to all locales in Diamond Head. We go through a rotation of buying into the cameraing equipment to do surveys to figure out which basins are. We have some very bad basins. Which basins are the most ill, because we can't attack all of these at one time. So we apply monies to priorities. And the relevance to your area is that basin was cambered in 2022, as it should have been on a rotational basis. So again, whatever period it came down through there wasn't starting to show up then. So all that leads it over to we cannot pay your bill. Along with the other findings, this doesn't help you at all. But the other findings are that, as I said, we have how many basins, Dave? 35 basins. At the end of the basins and all the arterial lines, somebody's always at the lowest point. You are at the lowest possible point in that one. So any disturbance is going to show up in your property first. That would create any kind of backup like that. You have a lot of people just like you in Diamond Head. We've tried to get this word out. Going to continue to have to try to get the word out. The 2 remedies, when you have statute restrictions and everything else, like, don't get me wrong, I hope you would know that one of the reasons that we're here, we do nothing but try to make sure this never happens. That's our whole job, of moving a lot of sewer and moving a lot of drinking water to the houses without incident. But it happens. And where the risk lies in those lowest properties is, and we can't put it in, we actually cannot put it in, is where a backup valve on the part of anti-flow check valve is recommended, usually by a builder that understands where they are relative to the slope of the gradient in the discharge of the sewage and or water. The other is, and we have people that's a personal choice, but not taking the rider in the insurance, take the risk. It's a pretty low cost rider. All those things I know are pertinent to you. I mean, as I understand it, either you have the rider in your insurance company is neglecting to see their exposure and risk, or you didn't have the rider. But neither way, your insurance company currently is not responding favorably, as I recall our last meeting here.
This is pretty much being left from the shoulder. As far as insurance companies, from what I'm told, apparently this rider is not even normally added to policies. So check your own policy, because it may not be.
No. We are saying that's why it's a rider.
It's an odd thing, but
yeah.
obviously I can
Sure.
I'm sure there's a fee, but I'd love to get as much information as I can.
Yes.
Mr. Priest, you're welcome to it. It's all in the minutes that they approved earlier in the meeting. You will need to get with Tony Wilson and fill out a public records request. And, Mr. Chairman, you're not gonna believe I'm saying this, but in this instance, can we just waive those fees for him?
Oh, sure.
Okay, I don't waive anything. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is that if you are going to seek legal counsel, you need to do so sooner rather than later. There are appeal times that will run. I cannot give you legal advice, but I can tell you that if you are going to seek legal counsel, you need to do so sooner rather than later.
My understanding is you guys will be getting a letter from some,
Okay, that'll be fine.
and it's,
That'll be
90
fine.
days for you guys to respond to
Sure.
it.
And
And we'll see
it'll be
what-
what?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, it'll be what for us to respond? I didn't hear that.
Another 90 days to respond to this letter that was to be sent.
That's, I guess.
Notice claim, that's
Yeah.
okay. The other thing that I would ask you to do, please, today, is if you are aware of anything that would be considered the district being at fault, you need to state that now, so the board can consider it.
I guess the easiest thing I can say is I know I'm not at fault for that sewer backing up into my house.
I understand that, sir.
I understand the position you guys are coming from, but until I get this public information request through and I can see everything and all the documentation, I haven't seen anything. I've
Okay.
heard, I understand what's being said, I didn't put asphalt in the line. And I understand how the law, and I hear what you're saying, it's fine, but obviously from my standpoint, I've got a significant amount of damage in my home. I'm gonna have to go through every avenue that I can to try and remedy that. And I hope that we could all come to an agreement. That's what I hoped before. And I'm a little bit discouraged that this is the way this is gonna go. But I guess this is how it's gonna end. So,
Well, I understand, and I can understand your frustration, and I certainly wish you had been at the workshop because you would have seen 5 men who actually did not like hearing what I was telling them the law was. They totally empathize with your position, and they totally, do not want, and as well as the staff. Nobody wants to see someone, you know, a fellow citizen in the community withstand, you know, the loss and damage that you have, and it's significant, but from what I'm hearing you saying right now, I understand you're not at fault, but you're not bringing anything forward either that says that the district is at fault, that the district has done something wrong, because I'm not hearing you say that, so that's fine, and we'll get you that paperwork, and I think everybody wishes you the very best. They really do. So we'll just get you the information if you'll fill that form out. But just because that's policy, we'll get you the paperwork, okay? Thank you. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
before y'all finish, you're gonna need to do a motion
To.
deny the claim.
Fine.
Wait just a second. I'm sorry. Mr. Priest, can you tell us the amount of the claim that you're seeking? How much are you seeking in
I have
damages?
a public adjuster actually from tomorrow to put together an actual presentation or package.
So we don't have a number?
I've got a rough guess. When the insurance company was looking at it,
Yes, sir.
I have some information Serpro put together, but I also was told by legal counsel to have a public adjuster come in and put together a report. And he is scheduled to come out tomorrow.
Okay, okay. Okay.
So we would have to wait for that form? No, we don't?
No, we.
He has requested to be, he's requested to be made whole. We don't know what being made whole is right now, but we can either, you could table it.
That's what I thought till we get that report.
You could table it pending knowing what the number is if you like, but it's not gonna matter what the number is at the end of the day.
I don't see the purpose
I don't
to table it. as
You
the,
can't do it.
as the attorney said, we were liking to find a way to get there and can't get there. So, it's a zero-sum gain or loss to know the number, right now.
In the absence of any proof or allegation that the district is somehow at fault, that is true.
Right, so let me close it out then.
Okay.
I'm seeking from the board a motion to deny the request made by Mr. Priest on April the 10th, 2025 for damage to his home located at 85563 Diamond Head Drive West due to the backup of the sewer line into his home. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ortell seconds. All in favor of approval's action signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. And Mr. Bisecker?
I said aye.
I'm sorry, for whatever reason, I'm either talking when it comes through or,
Or he said aye at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, okay. So that motion carries with all the commissioners' intents at the time. And again, our apologies, Mr. Priest, and totally recognize and understand your position, and you should proceed ahead. And really, we hate that this is actually the outcome. We really do. So, and we will, as pointed out, gladly convey without copy costs and everything else, everything associated with workshop and everything leading up to that. And I'm sure your legal counsel, whatever it goes in discovery, will have much more. So we can go from there. Thank you. So that takes us to section 9, new business and discussion items. 9.1, specifically seeking a motion to authorize attendance of Joe Higginbotham and Daniel Mays to the 2025 Mississippi Rural Water Association Annual Training Conference in Biloxi on May 27th, 2025 through May 30, 2025, cost of $500. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner
Second.
Ortell, Commissioner Griffey, seconds. All in favor of approves action signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. And that motion carries. 9.2, motion to authorize the attendance of Tony Wilson and Lacey Bard, the Mississippi Rural Water Association Office Professional Training in Biloxi on May 29th at no cost to the district. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Commissioner Griffey motions. Can I get a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ortell seconds. All in favor of approval action signify by saying aye.
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 And that motion carries. So 10, noticing the next meeting of the commissioners is scheduled for June 12th, 2025 at 4 p.m. Diamond Head City Hall Chambers, 5000 Diamond Head Circle, Diamond Head, Mississippi. I'd seek a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Commissioner
And
Ortell
second.
and Commissioner Griffey seconds. All in favor of approval action signify by saying aye.
Aye.